Hello, guys. Welcome to Let's Talk About It podcast. I go by the name Romeo. You guys know that already. AdyAMG.
Yes, sir.
We have our guest today.
Dominic,
Um,
the beautiful
hi.
Dominic,
Let's
is
let's
in the
let's
building.
let's hear her introduce herself. Where you come
Thank you. Hey guys, it's me, Dominique or Hollywood D, Nique from Not Vanilla. I'm here with Addy and Rome. I call them Addy and Rome. I really call them AMG because they're just this big conglomerate. Just have you be here vibing. We outside.
Yeah.
She said we outside.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's like everything now. We
That's the word to use, I guess, for everything.
You gotta go with we outside.
Yep.
Oh man, it's been a lot of talk. Our last episode was like kind of we had like some talk and
some great topics.
Some great topics and some conversations. You watched the last episode, right? Yeah, she definitely.
You guys have y'all talked about dating, right?
Yeah.
And it was dating and
Drama.
Oh, and drama. I love drama, so I didn't even see
Who
that.
does not?
Dating. Okay.
Who does not? Mostly y'all female. I love drama and gossip.
It's not so much a love. It's a love hate.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
when female get together, it's always gossiping, always talking about what's going on, what that nigga did to.
I feel like that's the sub of being an it girl, the drama. But it's not that you like gossiping, because gossiping is never okay. But the drama
she said it, guys. Gossiping is not okay. She did say it.
Okay. Prior to you coming, right? I'm like, Romeo, like me and you, when we talk about business or whatever. We don't gossip. Now, female do gossip, which is totally fine. Because let's say when you get together with your friends, right? What y'all talk about? Guys, the bitch you don't like.
Chanel bags.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Chanel bags.
No.
That nigga ain't pay my bills. That nigga was always trying to talk to me in the club last night.
No, not me.
That's gossiping.
He tried to talk to both of us.
Exactly. So that's gossip, which is okay. I don't know why you making it seem like it's a crime.
Sounds like drama.
I mean,
so when you get with your girls,
gossip.
Let me ask you, when you get with your girls, right? What's the conversation? What is the conversation about? You ain't gotta get into details.
I say me and my friends, we go to the library together. We go on walks, hikes.
No.
Together. I mean,
my question is when you get on the phone.
When we get on the phone, we talk about, it's usually maybe something that may have happened at work.
Okay.
Maybe like by happenstance, like something that you have to. When you say call a friend or digress about, and get off your shoulder, you're like, girl, I'm sitting at my desk. Oh, so you minding your business. Like that. It's giving that. It's not giving. Sometimes it can get into that though. But you're for calling in a friend, a shoulder to cry on. Not trying to gossip, but like really getting whatever off your heart. It's kind of like that kind of call. Like something may be bothering you, so you getting it off your heart. Y'all calling it gossip, but it's something on your heart.
Why are you doing your best to stay away from the word gossip? Because even us men, sometimes we do gossip.
I guess gossip.
Don't get me wrong.
I guess gossip is bad in a dictionary or something.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
I mean, but I like it though. I like it. I mean that means that you don't. You know what I'm saying? You be out of the way.
Yeah, I would say gossiping. That's not good. Gossiping isn't good, and it doesn't. No fruits come from gossiping.
And you know what? You're right though.
A girl's girl, a real girl's girl knows that. If you really have something to say, you're gonna address it. That's why you're phoning in on a friend, and that's why you go to your friends, because you trust their judgment. So it's
right.
I feel like it's more than gossiping. Y'all see it as gossiping, but it may be a little more than that.
Okay.
Maybe some real life. That's why I say it's maybe drama.
Okay.
Maybe it's giving drama.
Y'all heard Nique from Vanilla podcast.
Right.
Guys, I feel like this episode is going to be good.
It's gonna be good. Yeah. How do you feel? The vibe.
I mean, let's dive into. So I have a question, guys. We're going to jump into this shit.
Let's go.
Let's get this thing. Let's get this thing going.
Let's go.
The first question I want to ask, right, and I want Addy. We're going to start from
jump
you.
in. Absolutely.
Then I will give my own this thing. Who do you blame? Who do you think is to be blamed for hookup culture? The men or the women?
Now, okay. I want you to break down break down hookup culture because some people are slow like me. So
Not slow.
I mean, some people might not understand what it really means, right or wrong. Like, because sometimes you gotta
That's
break
true.
it down for the people that is not
But what do
very.
you think hookup culture is?
So how I determined hookup culture or how I thought about it is from what I've seen in movies and stuff, or from my experience, like one night stands or like, you know, building a roster, things like that. The one night stand.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Hookup culture is more so like just like you said, the one night stands, lack of commitment, the casual sex, and lack of proper courting, where like the male doesn't properly court the woman to like maybe date her for like long term relationship. It's just more so like, hey, let me get a quick fuck, let me get a quick nut. Is it so? Who are we to blame for? Is it the women or the men? Adi, let's hear. What do you think? Who do you think is to be blamed for hookup culture?
I mean, to me personally, I mean, there's nobody to blame. To be honest with you, because if you see somebody that you like in the club, it can be a girl or vice versa, a male. You're gonna, you're gonna approach him or approach her.
Wait, sorry,
So
what did you say? You said
Okay,
go
that's
ahead,
true.
go ahead, go ahead. Sorry
That's
for
real
there's
cutting you
nobody
though.
I
off.
can blame. It's just like you. Okay, just like
Hey.
no, please jump in. Just
No,
like
it's
you.
not with the
It's
blame.
just like you
That's
telling
true.
me who should we blame about a one night stand. If y'all see a girl in the club,
It was a mutual decision on both. That's what I'm saying about
thank
the
you.
partnership.
So there's nobody to blame.
Okay.
If the girl say no, it's a no. If the girl say yeah, so that means y'all have a mutual agreement, and y'all
Okay.
gonna go home and get pleasure out of that.
Okay.
I mean, am I making sense, Dominic, or no? Jump in,
So
please, chime in.
yeah, okay. So I do agree with that. Like, it's no one to blame when you make an eye contact and you're like, oh, it's no one to blame. But I think we're talking about hookup culture as in like that becomes a habit, and now we don't know how to date people and how to communicate beyond those hookups and one night stands.
Right.
Like, and that for who's to blame for that? I would say the media, like the movies, the music, onto this lifestyle that we've all seen come more like fluent. Like I don't feel like it's anyone. We both enjoy it, like you said. Like
Absolutely.
everywhere they do, and it's really up to the individual on if you want to be courting and find. And it's about if you're dating to find that person or if you're just having fun and you're being single and just living and I don't think it's an individual decision. I don't think it's a man or a woman. Who's pushing the narratives more? Who started it? The men.
Okay.
Who started it? The men.
All right, we're getting somewhere.
At this point in time, who's pushing the narrative a little bit more? Maybe with the city girls and all of that.
Yeah,
I do see that. And I do love it. And the Sukiyana, I do see it. I do.
Hold
I
on,
don't like it.
hold on,
And the sexy reds and
Hold
shit,
on,
I don't
hold
like
on.
I
it.
do see it. But
You said you don't like it, so are you saying
I do.
You say you like it or you don't like it?
Because
the
it's
hookup
more.
culture?
No, I don't like hookup culture. No, I don't like hookup culture. I don't attest to hookup culture. Hookup culture. I'm not going to speak too much on it because like if you guys go see Not Vanilla, it's a lot mentally to be a part of hookup culture. You're very distant from yourself to agree and to be a part of hookup culture. No, you learn your lesson young, and I feel like you separate yourself. Like when in your later 20s, you're going out having fun, but you're not necessarily doing one night stands anymore. Like, come on, guys, we gotta wake up, go to work.
So.
What about you? Hold on, you gonna answer. Too.
Yeah. I'm going to answer, but okay. All right. Well, before I answer that, right?
Okay.
You said something. You mentioned a lot of great points, and I just wanted to touch base on like those points because I wanted to understand where you're coming from. You said, uh, who is to be blamed for hookup culture? Nobody, neither men nor women. But who pushes the narrative more? You said something about like the city girls, and when we talk about city girls here, we're not talking about the musician city girls. We're just talking about city girls in general, like city girls. And you said they push the narrative more. So like if somebody is pushing a narrative of something more, don't you think that we blame for that thing?
No, like I said, I think the city girls and the sexy reds and the Sukianas are in response to what was already going on.
Okay,
so
they are reacting to what was already.
Listen, listen.
It was a reaction and it was a response, because now I feel like they see that as being empowered and stuff. Even though us grown women, empowerment looks many different ways. Okay. Because it takes a lot to go up there on the pole and straight. Like, it takes a lot. Like, not everyone can do that. It takes a lot of ab strength. Like, so I'm saying that it's like empowering to see them being in a dominantly man's world and talking about their sexuality and being comfortable in their skin. That takes a lot. So it's like, I don't think they're necessarily pushing you know what I'm saying? It's like a double-ended, they're not doing that, but I see what y'all are saying. Yeah, like, I see what y'all are saying. They're not necessarily purposely doing that. But that's what they're doing.
Facts.
It's not in correlated to each other. Like, they're not saying hook up and do one night stands. Yeah. But it's like, oh, what are you saying?
No, what they're saying is
they're saying to be empowered in your skin, but
play these niggas, get their money. That's what they really saying. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up your pussy. Play these niggas, get your money, on to the next nigga. And me, honestly, I don't like it. Maybe because
But y'all been having a playbook this whole time as well.
Okay, so
but
y'all had the playbook.
No,
this whole
but hold
time
on, Romeo.
well.
At the end of the day, like I was saying earlier, if Dominic, a man and a woman get together, and y'all having a sexual intercourse, y'all both getting a pleasure out of it. So why does it have to be like, oh, let me play him, get some money out of him? You know what I'm saying? Like, and not give him no cootie cat. It keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like that.
I feel like that may be.
Unless you don't like him.
From a young standpoint, yeah, I would say I wouldn't know, but I feel like from a young standpoint,
so
and from what you're listening to, like, listen to what you just said. They've been told to do that in the music, and from what they've been seeing. But I mean, if we're in all honesty, who moves shiesty? Like, that's like moving.
Yeah.
No one's doing that. You're not thinking like, but you're just like in the back of your head when you're dating. You do have to have. You can't have your heart on your sleeve so much anymore, but you try to, and you try to be trusting. Much like, okay, have you guys seen? Much like, let me give you an example. Like Love Island and stuff like that. What is going on in those shows? Are they there looking for love, or are they there just to win the prize?
Yeah.
Or are they there to just hook up because
they win the prize? Yeah.
So it's just like that out here in the real dating world, and I feel like some people are genuine, some people aren't genuine. The people that are genuine are getting caught up with the people that, and it's a dangerous path. Or no?
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
No, you're speaking facts.
You guys have actually made like some really decent points and kind of maybe tilted my mind away from my thinking, away from like what I think. But my original thought was, if you ask me who is to blame for hookup culture, I was going to say women. Wow. And
break it down. Why?
The reason why I was going to say women was because, and forgive me if I'm wrong somewhere, but it's more so when you look at our dating, the dating age today, like the dating pool, you find out that just like you said, the people that are pushing the narratives, the artists that are singing and pushing all these things, that kind of like pushes it. And what happens in our generation now? What is our generation doing? Because it's one thing to be like, hey, I watch this thing on social media and get influenced by it, and another person watches it and they don't get influenced by it. So it more so like goes down to the
strong-minded and weak-minded people.
Yeah. So it more so like goes down to like the individual. And the reason why I said women was because, like, okay, take for example, like, in our dating age today, like you as a woman, let me ask you a question, like, how many men approach you like on a daily basis, be it in your DM or like on the street when you're walking? How many men approach you
on a daily basis?
Yeah, like on average.
Ask me more specifically, because on a daily basis, like no one comes up to me every day. That's
okay. All right, cool. That's why I said even in like your DMs or stuff.
I would say, okay, if I'm being honest, yes, maybe one person a day. One person a day. You get one.
Okay.
You get one holler a day, and let me say this. It builds anxiety because sometimes interactions can be not what you expected. So it's like one interaction a day. You do get about one, but it depends on if you're out the house or go. I usually am out the house. So.
Okay. So now that's pertaining to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you look at like our women today, or like the women today in our dating age, how many men do you think approach these women on a daily basis? Like, just give an average of like, let's say if we were to put 100 women here, right, and we ask them like, how many men approach you on average a day? How many do you think they're gonna say?
I mean, from my personal experience with my
No,
friends,
let's forget about your
Okay.
personal experience.
Okay.
Just imagine from what you've seen,
That's
people
what
that
I'm
are
saying.
not your friends,
That's
people
what
that
I'm
are not
saying.
your friends.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
people
not
that
my
are
friends.
not your
Not
friends,
my friends. Okay.
not you.
Okay.
Just like we choose 100 random women. Hey, how many men approach you on a daily basis, be it in your DMs or on the street, like join all that on average? Who put 100 women? How many do you think? How many men do you think they're going to say on average?
But Romeo, I feel like that question, like you say, like 100 women, right? Everybody move different. Everybody carry themselves different. Everybody portray whatever they want to portray on social media. I feel like if you're on social media showing ass pictures all the time, ass shots, you know what I'm saying, literally like showing your body, and that's how you dress, people are gonna approach you, you know what I'm saying, every single day because that's what you are exposing out there.
No,
You know
no,
what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
no. You guys didn't get my question. What I'm saying is that, right? Yes, that's true. It, like I said again, it boils down to the individual.
Mhm.
But now, like as a woman, because
Because I would
an
say we can
Women get
approach
approached
you.
every day.
Yeah, I
an
would say we
average,
get approached
no,
every
no,
day,
Every
but that
day.
doesn't mean
no, it's not,
So that's
it's
not
not
my
approach like it's not approach like or physical approach like DMs too.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
DMs
yeah,
and
that's what I'm
stuff
saying.
like that.
Every day. Yes.
So like, okay, just a rough estimate. I have a reason why I'm asking that. Just a rough estimate. How many men do you think approach women on a daily basis?
Maybe two,
Just
three
a
a
rough,
day. Two,
two or
three.
three,
Yeah.
an average, right?
hmm
2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
Men
Okay.
and women approach me.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, so it's just like,
no,
it's
I'm
like,
not.
Because we live in a crazy world. Yeah.
I'm talking about men and women. I'm not talking, please. I'm talking about men and women.
This nigga.
Okay. So the reason why I asked
Where you
that,
going with this question? Go with this question.
the reason why
God
I'm
damn.
asking, the reason why I'm asking that, is because like when you look, okay, you said an average of 2 to 3, right? And out of those 2 to 3, a woman will probably not choose pick any of them. But
Mhm.
like me, I would say personally, especially in the women in our day and age today, between
hold on.
like
Okay,
20.
so wait, hold on. Let me pause you where you was at. They approached us. So whose fault is it that they don't know how to approach?
Okay, hold on, I'm coming. I'm not done. I'm not done. So yeah, so like when they approach you, women have a variety of men that approach them. That's basically what I'm saying. They have a variety of men that approach them. And what at the end of the day, the woman will choose just one person to maybe date or to hook up with. And that one person that they are going to choose is going to be determined because of one or two things. Now, the reason why I said women are to be blamed is because, like, okay, for example, like when you go to the club, like, you see a girl at the bar or you see her, she's with her friends, you go, you try to talk to her, and then she's like, what can you do for me? Do you have this? What type of car do you drive? Oh, he didn't dress nice. Oh, he doesn't look like this, he doesn't look like that. I'm telling you this, the reason why I'm saying that is because, and the reason why I blame women is because, like, men today, how many fake men are out here today? So
Too
many of
many.
them. Why are they fake? Because they are trying to impress the women.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They're trying to impress the
And let's stay
women
on the topic
and
too.
trying
Because
to
some shit I want
and
to say.
trying to impress the women now. When if I approach you and I ask you like, hey, how you doing? I'm trying to talk to you. The first thing you ask me is that even if I had like pure intentions of like maybe really getting to know you, the first thing you ask me is like, what can you do for me? What type of car do you drive? Shit, what you think I'm gonna do? At that point in time, my mind narrows down to like, you know what? If I can show this girl that I can do shit for her, I can fuck her tonight.
Yep.
I can fuck. It doesn't matter if
Mhm.
you are indecently dressed. I don't want to. I don't want to put I don't want to put the dressing as part of it because some people, like you said, they like to show themselves. That will contribute to it. By the end of the day, it's like when I approach you, you already judge me like before I
Based on
approach
how I
you,
look.
based off of how I look, based off of like, oh, what can I offer? You're already, once you cut me off, you asking me all these questions. What are you telling me? You are making me now like, hey, you know what? I'm not even going to. And how many good men? When I say good
But
men, I mean
Romeo,
like,
let me cut you off. That's when we gotta go back to what you were saying about the city girls and you know what I'm saying, these sexy red or the kind of narrative they're pushing. Cause I feel like female nowadays, they not all females, Dominic, of course. They will date you or fuck with you based on what you do, status, who you are, what you do for a living, what you got on as design or whatever, how big is your chain, what kind of watch you got on, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that most of those niggas, I'm not saying everybody, most of the niggas, they probably fraud or whatever. Just like I was watching earlier, Pop the Balloon Show. I don't know if you watch it sometime. You know what I'm saying? Like these girls are popping their balloon based on one of the girls popped the balloon because the guy said, I'm a barber. I'm a barber. He's making an honest living. This other girl popped the balloon because the guy say he work on airplane. Well, you know how much money they make, people that work on airplane? But if I was sitting there saying I got a business, that's all I have to say. Oh, here, CEO, or here, businessman. Not knowing that I'm probably selling candies and snacks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just agreeing with you. Female nowadays will judge you based on what you do for a living. You know what I'm saying? What kind of clothes you have on, what kind of car you drive, or whatever. Not knowing that the nigga that's pushing a Honda or a Hyundai or Maxima probably have $1 million in his account, but he just don't want to be all flashy and shit like that. And the nigga that's driving a Benz probably have back payments, 3, 4 back payments on that Benz, and living with his mama.
I feel like the culture.
So why some of y'all women act like that? Answer. You got the floor now.
I feel like you're describing a youngin. That's
no,
what you described it.
There's some older women that are like that. Someone that in their 30s and 40s.
No, this narrative isn't even going to like the young, because now what do you consider young?
A young.
Good like question.
The what are they called? The Gen Zers. But I honestly,
so you're saying,
a young mindset.
All the '90s people are young, and then people doing
I'm '90s too, but I'm saying not youngins, as in young mindset. But I was gonna say, back to what you were saying, Rome, of you approaching. I was gonna ask you, what type of women are y'all approaching? Are you approaching the woman with the fat ass and the fleshy? Which is fine, but it's like whatever attracts you. But it's like every individual is of their own, and everyone has their own boundaries and what they're going to stand on based on their past traumas. I mean,
but what
I don't know. I feel like I get what you're saying, but the same reason on the why niggas throw money at bitches in the strip club, and
exactly
why you'll have that is multiple wives, and
that is my point.
Like,
that is my point. That is my point. We agree to the same thing.
It's like a response. It's not necessarily
exactly. So that response is due to the fact that, because if you've seen a man that has approached a woman and like, hey, she listened to him, he talked, and then she was like, hey, I'm not really interested in all that right now. Maybe she'll be like, I have a boyfriend, or I'm married, or she'll be like, oh, I'm not interested in dating right now, you know. But that's the thing though. When you hear all that, there is always like, there's this thing that they always say, that everybody has a price.
Yep.
Everybody has a price. And that's why at the end of the day, I always tell people, like, there's nothing really like an alpha woman, because an alpha woman is only alpha because she hasn't met her alpha male. Because every woman that you see that has like, that says, oh, this, this, soon as she meets that man that she really wanted, or that puts her in her place, boom, she becomes submissive. She is not alpha anymore. So how can you be alpha if you're only alpha to a certain extent? Being alpha means you're alpha. There's no, they didn't say that. When you look at the definition of alpha, they don't say, oh, you're alpha sometimes. No, they say alpha, you're doing what you're supposed to do all the time, continuously. It doesn't. So that's why I'm like, I would blame the women, because the men now, and that's why I put an example of the good, some of the good men now acting bad, because like, guess what? They've tried to go through the right passage, and all the response that they've gotten back is like,
and what
hey,
about the good women that have now had to go?
No.
The girl gone bad.
The good women gone bad.
The girl gone bad.
Guess what?
Because they done been through so much hell that it's
What's
like,
making them go bad?
That is
exactly.
true.
It's like, you know what? Yeah, this is what y'all want.
That is true.
Y'all not gonna like it when I go bad.
Right.
And that's what we're dealing with. That's what y'all are looking at now. We're in the real life of you're not gonna like it when I go bad. And now we see the city girls, the sexy red, the Sukiana, running the goddamn world. Like,
I mean, yeah, when the good woman goes bad now.
But you still got some Beyonces out here, though.
Yeah, when
you still got some Beyonces out here.
You're talking about what about when the good women go bad? When the good women go bad, that's true. Like, you know, but at the end of the day, now the question boils down to like, who is the person that is responsible for giving a relationship? Is it a man or a woman? Like, who gives out relationships? Gives out. Like, who says that?
What you mean by gives out?
Yeah.
Who says that? Like, hey, now we are dating. Oh, now we are not dating.
Oh, it's gonna be a mutual agreement, of course.
It's going to be a mutual agreement, but like, who officially puts that title
you're talking
in
about
a relationship?
Who
man, I guess.
defines the relationship?
Yes,
it's supposed to be the man that asks.
Exactly. So if it's supposed to be the man that, if it's the man that defines the relationship, don't you think that now
so
you
why
as
not
the
y'all
woman,
fault? Because y'all the ones that's supposed to be leading.
no, but
lead by example.
Right.
No, listen. Some men, and when I say this though, when I was talking about the women being the ones that are to be blamed, it's not all women. You should, when I'm saying this, it's more so like majority of the women. Because majority is like what actually like rules the world. Because at the end of the day, if you do a survey, and you have a majority count, your study is going to go based off of that majority count, not based off, yes, you're going to mention the minority. Hey, this is what we had. Some few people did this. But when you want to draw a conclusion, you draw a conclusion that, hey, people of this generation are like this.
So you want me to draw a conclusion? It's really a conclusion of it's giving standing on business and not settling.
What's standing on business like and not settling?
We're just, and not... He said, "What's standing on and not settling?" You know what not settling is.
I don't know. Because I hear it a lot. What are you settling? Like, what are you settling?
Like, and that's just with men too. Like, and I feel like that's where maybe men have kind of created that narrative of multiple wives and, oh, you know, if you're not going to do it, I'll find it somewhere else. Because men started that. So I feel like just the not settling of, okay.
No,
I get what you're saying of the comparing and the this and that, but it's like, if you are getting approached multiple times a day, I would go with the one that is going to be more polite and approach me more nicely than the rest. Like, it's just simply going to
go.
You
keep,
and I feel like it's
saying,
going to.
You keep saying you, but we're not talking about. Yeah, you probably one of the few that actually, like, you know, take their time to know somebody and listen to somebody, listen to a man, and, you know, and screen them off, like screen your man off of like, hey, he didn't meet this or he didn't meet that. You don't brush them off based off of like the first physical appearance or the physical thing that you see right from the jump. But now the question, when we're doing all these things, like I said about the survey and the majority, we're looking at the majority. Now, when you go to the majority of the women, do you think they are going to be like how you are?
Right. No, you're not.
You have to. It depends on the survey.
It doesn't. It's not a matter of depending. Knowing
like,
what you know about our secret, about our world today, about our society today, about our generation today. Do you think that majority of the women are going to think the way that you think? That's my question.
I mean, in the first time in about 3 years, divorce rates have gone down and black marriages have gone up. So, I mean, if we're going off of statistics, I would say
divorce rates haven't gone down.
They have gone down.
Divorce,
they've gone down, and black marriages and families have gone up. So if it's based off of that, I feel like we're trying, and we are, and our city girls, I think they're just being highlighted.
Romeo, let's flip the topic now, because I feel like people are gonna feel like we only come in for women. Now let's have the floor.
No, we're not coming for women.
No, because you're talking about women.
We're coming for city women. We're coming for the women.
No, city women.
I'm coming for the. I'm coming for the women. I'm coming for the
women.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say I'm coming for the women.
Leave the sexy city women alone. Us in the city women are grown and sexy, doing a thing on our shit.
Let's just get into this new generation of female mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just get into their head.
Culture. You're trying to boo hookup culture. That's what you're saying. Boo hookup culture.
At the end of the day, right? Men and women have to be blamed for hookup culture. But I feel like statistics and from what everything shows, women carry more of the like if it was to be over 100, men will carry 40% and women will carry 60%. That's what I think. But now, when I say who is to be blamed, doesn't mean like, oh, it's only their fault. No. We're looking at it again, it's the majority. Men and women are to be blamed. Men take 40%, women will take the 60%. And when I talk about women here, I'm not talking about the women that are doing what they're supposed to do as a woman. And when I'm talking about men, I'm not talking about the men that do what they're supposed to do as a man. I'm talking about the Tyrones hanging around the corner. I'm talking about the city girls.
Driving your car, ain't got no job.
Yes, all that. People that, and she mentioned something.
Can I get $10 to get a dime of weed, a bag of weed?
She mentioned something when she was talking about like not settling. That's something that I've actually been wanting us to talk about that stuff for like so long. What is it? What do you define like settling? What do you mean by not settling? Like what makes you come to that part of like, hey, I'm not settling? Where you hear everyone be like, oh, I'm not settling for this, I'm not settling for that. Like, what is the criteria to define that settling? Like, what is it under there?
I mean, I think it's from like your past experiences. Like, you're like, I mean, I've stuck through this and it still didn't give me the result that I wanted of being with the person and them sticking beside me. So I feel like once you go through that, and a lot of women have, it's like, well, I'm gonna go and do for what it is that I really want and how I really desire for it to be. Like, I feel like everyone's like that. Is that not how you are when you're courting, or
absolutely
when you're looking for your mate? You're like, I want really what I want because this is it, you know. No, I don't want her. I want her. Like, it, just like that. It's just like that. Like, you're not going to settle because it's just like, okay, yes, he has this, but he didn't talk to me nicely.
So
and it's like, well, we're gonna still, you know. And it's like just those things that you're not going to settle, whatever that may be, because it's different for every person from whatever it is you experience in your past.
Okay, so
I'm not about to do that again. I'm not about to do that again.
So your settlement, or what you not settling for, is something that is something that happened to you in your past, and you don't want to settle for that thing anymore.
You've already been through that situation, so you're like,
you're not gonna
that's already settling. Like, you're not gonna go through that same thing again. Like, I already seen this before.
Right.
I already seen this before.
You want to grow,
right, guys?
Yeah, I already seen
we want to know in the comments, in the comment section, who you guys think is to be blamed for. Excuse me. Who you guys think is to be blamed for hookup culture? Because I think like this is like a really broad topic. Where like
if we thought about it, that's
yeah, because I mean nobody. Many people, we don't. There's a lot of things that we don't think about, we don't talk about, and we don't think about those things. We don't talk about those things not because we can't talk about them, but simply because like the way that society is today, a lot of things are glamorized, and it's like, okay, they're normalizing.
What can you do for me?
Normalizing things that.
What can I get out of you?
Normal, and yeah, that too. So
what can you like, you know, what can I get out of you? Where can you take me? You know what I mean? And
yeah, if you can't take me to, if we're not going to, just like the last episode, where dating. If you guys take me to this place, I'm not going for you. I'm not selling. That's another reason why I was asking that
And
settlement.
remember, we gotta blame social media because I feel like these girls, it's like D is saying, they follow these city girls, these Sukiana, these, you know what I'm saying, these high profile celebrities on. Then I mean, they ain't high profile. They D celebrity. I mean, they D list celebrities.
But I mean, okay. But just because
you know what I'm saying?
follow them doesn't mean that you.
No, but these girls
Because
like
it's more of empowerment.
no, but D. I see that. I see a lot of females, right? I see a lot of females, and this I wanna.
Hold on, Adi, hold that thought. Sorry to cut
Mhm.
you off. You said it's more empowering. So does sexy girl empower you?
I don't think so. By the way, she's
No,
talking.
no,
No.
That's cool. Continue.
Yeah, I
I
can
just
tell.
wanted to know
I
that.
can tell by the way she speak and her mindset that she's not these. You know, she don't follow the sexy red or whatever. But anyway, my thing is like, why a lot of females, right? And they might take it the wrong way that are less privileged when they see a guy or date a guy, expect the most. Like, let's say you're not, you didn't grow, you didn't like, you wasn't, you didn't grow into money. You don't live in this lifestyle. You don't have all these glamorous things. Then you start talking to a guy or you date this guy and you expect this guy to just splurge, do anything for you.
Sugar daddy.
And then when you ask,
I'm about to say something.
what are you bringing to the table? Guess what they say, Romeo? Can you answer for me? What you gonna bring to the table? What they say? My pussy.
No,
Who says that?
I am the table.
I am the table.
I am the table. I think it's more so like you know.
Cause you approach us, so it's like you get what I'm saying. Hold on, let me say my.
But you want me to take care of you, pay your bills, take you on trips, take you to this 5-star restaurant. What are you bringing to the table? You can even pay my cell phone bill, which is $100. Then you want me to do all these things for you? You know what I'm saying? Like wine and dine you, book trips, buy you like you know what I'm saying, like designer bags that you never own, pay your car note that you barely, you know, like that you gotta scramble to pay. Then what you gonna bring to the table, baby girl? My pussy. What?
Yeah,
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying most female and what I see on social media. Why? Because they follow these city girls that's rapping into their songs. Yeah, play niggas. You know what I'm saying? Get their money and don't give them no pussy.
Yeah, so that sounds like they don't have the full playbook. Period.
Oh, you got a full playbook.
Second of all, I was gonna say, how do I know you like me if you don't give me no money? You don't give me no money. But I was gonna say, but I'm gonna follow up with that. Listen. I was gonna follow up with that of an example. When we were in kindergarten and you liked someone for Valentine's Day, what did you do? What did you do? You did the most. Mm-hmm. You did the most. You got them a card. You got them some flowers. You got them some chocolate. You probably even you did the most.
You talking about kindergarten? Kindergarten, I ain't got no damn money.
No.
Kindergarten, I'm gonna write you a letter. I'm gonna write you a letter. Say, hey D, this is me, Addy. I've been watching you for a long time. I like you. I want you to be my girl. Can you check yes or no? That's all you do. There's no money involved. There's no money involved.
And guess what? She said you're gonna buy.
Talking about buy you flowers and chocolate.
You're gonna buy flowers
kindergarten.
and chocolate.
I'm 5 years old. Where I'm getting money from?
Wait.
No, where I'm getting money from? I'm 5 years old. I ain't thinking about fucking yet. I don't even know what fucking.
Just because that little girl just made your heart so fuzzy.
Like, get out.
I know her.
Get out.
You're feeling mad.
Okay,
y'all never did.
So
it.
do you think
you bought the favorite toy or whatever of the girl you like?
Favorite toy. Oh, that's cute. Favorite toy. That's cute. That's cute. Yeah.
You never bought the favorite thing of the little girl that you like. And I know she's gonna like it, and she either broke your heart or she did.
Kindergarten. What did I do? Kindergarten.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's the same energy of that.
So
how do I know you like me? If you
so what you're saying is the way that you were quoted back in the 90s is the same way that you're being quoted now.
It's the same expectation,
right?
And that's the same with like
because it wasn't no social media.
No. You said it's not the same expectation because you made example.
Because it wasn't no Instagram, no Facebook, nothing. Back in the 90s,
she made an example of flowers and chocolates. And
back in when you were a child, like that, you know, as kids, how did you let someone know that you liked them? Ooh.
Okay,
Most of
yeah.
the time,
Exactly. You would
Right.
either make a scene like, oh, I'm telling this person. You know what I'm saying? You make a spectacle. You
I'll bring
make
her
a-
lunch.
So,
But guess what though? Guess what
so
though? Guess what
exactly.
though?
You bring a lot.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Listen.
I'll bring her lunch.
Those were initiatives. Those were initiatives that were brought about in order to do that. But now, today, you can't even be able to talk to a girl unless you have actually proven. How am I going to buy you today? If you buy flowers and chocolates and give to some girls, they're gonna look at you like, I'm gonna give. In fact, you know what? I have a friend. I have a friend that lives in Texas, right? This girl, she has three baby daddies. She has three kids, three baby daddies.
Damn, she
One
busy.
is in jail. One she doesn't know where the other one is, and the other one she is in a toxic relationship with that person.
She make
And
poor
now,
choices.
no wait. And
Oh
now
my
she
God,
met
Daddy.
she met she met this guy. She met this
I'm dead
guy.
ass, Diamond. I mean,
Yeah.
but go ahead. I mean to
Yeah.
cut you off.
So she met this guy. And this guy actually like courted her the right way. This guy has been trying to talk to her for the longest time. But you know what? She told me that
The guy's a simp.
no, not that he's the same. That the guy is boring. And guess what?
Huh.
Let me land. I'm not done. I'm not done. So one day she's sitting and she's bored, and then she hits up this guy like, "Hey, I'm hungry." And then the guy's like, "Okay, you know what? Get ready by 8 p.m. We'll go on a date." She's like, "Okay, cool." 8 p.m. She's ready. This guy pulls up in his nice car. He has flowers and he has chocolates, just like, he's trying to show that, hey, I'm actually interested in you. And she comes down, and then he opens the door for her and gives her the flowers. And guess what she says in her mind? What she said in her mind. Oh, I'm done. After tonight, I'm not talking to this man no more.
Huh?
But listen, it's not done. So they go on the date, they finish eating, they eat, they finish, he buys food for her to take back to her kids. When they get back, he
Ghetto.
drives her back home, opens the door, and
Red flag right
and
there.
and guess what? When
Mhm.
she goes upstairs, guess what she does? She immediately blocks this guy. Asks her like, so why did you block this guy? Isn't this a type of treatment that you
Yeah,
want?
why didn't you?
She was like, you know what she said? She's like, oh yeah, I want that type of treatment, but I also want excitement. I want a man that is going to like show to me some excitement. He looks so boring. He looks too mature for me. He looks like he's going to be taking care of me, babying me all the time. I don't want that. And I'm asking her like, you have three kids. One is in jail. You're in a toxic relationship with another one, and the other one is nowhere to be found. And you find somebody that has accepted you for who you are, even though you have three kids already with three different people. He's coded you the right way. He didn't ask to take you home after spending. He's the one that paid for the dinner. He bought you flowers,
Wow.
and when you came back home, what did you do? You put those flowers in the trash. So now, what do you say about those type of
I would
things?
say this that she didn't like him.
Yeah,
but
that's
she
true.
didn't like him.
Okay.
And yeah, that was already established. But it's just like she's standing on she didn't want to settle. But when you use terms like to describe a person,
She didn't want to settle.
Yeah,
she didn't want to
but
settle
listen,
for a
hold on.
nice guy.
Yeah, but listen, that's what I was gonna say. But when you use terms,
But maybe
to
she didn't like him
describe
too,
a
like
person,
Dominic said. But go ahead.
when you use terms like boring and stuff, that means you need to do some healing because it's like you
Mhm.
shouldn't, if he was genuinely being nice and he didn't distribute any negative feelings towards her, she needs to do some healing onto why you want to be attracted to abusiveness. And I think that's why I asked you guys at the beginning, what kind of women are you guys trying to talk to or approach that feel this way, that are operating in that way?
The first thing that we always forget when we talk about this attraction thing is attraction is a physical feature. And men are attracted to beauty, women are attracted to luxury, experience, and
I'm attracted to beauty as well. Like
Yeah.
we're attracted
No,
to
listen,
beautiful,
listen.
good-looking things. That's
Right.
why tall, dark, and handsome is a thing. Like, what do you
Did
mean?
you-
Like,
did you-
it's the same for us.
Okay, let me.
I mean, when you meet someone, the first thing you're gonna be the attraction first.
Yeah,
Then
like,
you know what I'm saying. That's when you dive in, trying to get to know the
you
person.
respond. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Okay, yeah. So now, okay, good. you said that she hasn't healed and all that type of stuff. I told you the type of
Because he
baby
sounds
that
like
is
a
the,
nice guy, but it sounds like she hasn't talking about she wants something more. It's like,
She like them bad boys.
Yeah, like girl.
Based on
You
the
know, that's
good-
a bad
Do you-
example that you gave me. All right.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not a bad example, but
But
that was clearly she
but
needed.
you know when she told me that me being in nightlife, I see that same type of state. It happens every day, and I will tell you this. I will tell you this.
But you have a
Women
biased
today,
view.
women
People are
today,
going out to
women
clubs to have
today,
fun.
women today, from between 20 and 40, majority of the women act like her. Majority of the women between 20 and 40 in our day and age today behave like her, act like her, and do things like her. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you look when you look at all these things, like when we were talking about the hookup culture thing and all of that, you see it's the same pattern. It's the same pattern that everybody is following. And Adi mentioned something about social media. What about the women that watch social media and they don't get influenced by that?
Mhm.
You see, so at the end of the day, it boils down to the individual. Now you're watching social media. I don't think who is on social media. What does social media comprise of? Social media is basically interaction of people in a broader and a wider communication span of things. Now that is you and I were social media. Two of us were social media. This thing that we're doing is social media. We are communicating in a broader span of things.
Mhm.
Now, how do you take that? It boils down to the individual. Like, how are you going to take that now? You're taking it in a whole different perspective. You're looking at things instead of you getting the good things of it. Because social media has done great things. Social media has gotten people
It's a
reach
gift and a
COVID.
curse.
It's a gift and a
Mhm,
curse.
mhm.
If you decide to go
We're
get
just talking about
the
Mhm.
curse part of it, why will you be blaming? I feel like our world today, we don't take responsibility. Nobody takes responsibility anymore. Especially in the black community, people don't take responsibility.
Well,
Because
I feel like okay. I feel like that's what they want us to do.
who
Go
is
against
they?
each other. They, which
They-
is they, the conglomerates that run and govern us, are governed.
I don't know
Like
black
our
people.
governments
I don't
and
know
its
black
cult
people
and its media.
in the government. I don't know black people in the
We're talking about. I'm talking about the 5 monopolies that own everything, that own the government. I'm talking about those people, the narrative that they want us to see, and they want us to be against each other and not just be one consensus. Like we're all in this together.
Are we one though?
We are, but they've created a division
No,
in like
they haven't.
every subset.
We
They
have
really
created.
have.
No,
They
I'm going
really
to say this
have.
though. We have created that division. Adi, you're
Mhm.
an African. I'm an African. Since I came to America, I'm gonna say this, and I always tell this to a lot of people. Since I came to America, I have received more discriminatory attitude from black people than
Then
from
white
any
people.
other race.
Yeah.
Not even just any other race. I've received more discrimination, more racism from black people, from black Americans than I've received from any other race.
Mhm.
And why is
Well,
that?
I was talking about the division of women and men, but I mean,
I'm talking about
that's because
the black
the history,
community, the black
history
community.
was taught incorrectly here in the school system.
Mhm.
I think, and that's really why. And every state learned something different. So that's a little bit on.